Today we're going to program the multi-zone RGBW handheld remote to the wireless receiver and show some of the functionality of the wireless remote. The very first thing you want to do when pairing a remote to a receiver is to clear out the memory of the receiver to get rid of any previous programs stored in it. To do that, you press the learning button and hold it for about 10 seconds. The strip light attached to it will flash, as you saw just now. Pairing the remote is very easy. You want to make sure that the remote is on, and you can see if it's on if the little red LED is on inside the remote. To turn the remote on, simply press the power button. Then choose the zone you want to sync. We're going to sync zone 1. You press zone 1, press the learning button, and press the color wheel. The LEDs will flash indicating that it has paired. As you may notice, there is a red and a white LED on this strip. It's an RGBW strip. To turn off the white LEDs, you simply press the W button on the remote. Now we have control over the RGB chip on this strip. If you wanted to pair other zones, you simply repeat the process, being you press the zone you want to sync, the learn button on the receiver, and the color wheel. You can control up to 4 separate zones with this remote. Now that we have it synced, and as you can see my light turned off, so you need to make sure that light's on for any input. Now we want to change the brightness of the RGB lights. To do that, you simply press and hold the gear button. As I press this, you can see this light is flashing and the brightness is decreasing on the strip. And it decreases down to a really low level. If you want to increase the brightness, simply press and hold the button a second time. If you want to control the white LEDs on this, you simply press the W button. You can increase and decrease the brightness of the white chip with the W button. So I'm dimming it and bring it back up so that it's bright. The next thing I want to show you how to do is how to use the P button. This is a button that allows you to program different sequences of lights into the strip. The P button only works on the RGB chips, so I'm turning off the W chip just to make the visual easier to see. So when you want to program a sequence of colors, you just press the P button once and the strip will flash twice. Now you have to choose between 2 and 7 colors in sequential order that you want them to display. We are going to display green and red. So I choose red and green and press the P button a second time. The LEDs flash once. This indicates that the program has been stored. Now to play back that sequence, you use the play button right here. If I press it once, it's going to just snap change between red and green. If I press it a second time, it's going to flash on red and green. Press it a third time, it's going to fade in green and fade in red. And one final time, it'll pan between red and green. You can increase and decrease the speed of the sequence by holding the play button. I've slowed the sequence down, press it again and hold it, and it will increase the speed. And that's how you use the program button and the play button. If you want to get out of a play sequence, just press the color wheel anywhere and move your finger. That breaks the sequence. As you can see now, I have almost a white color coming out of the RGB chip. You can actually recall warm white, a neutral white, and a cool white with the RGB white button. And the fourth option is off. This is one way to turn off the RGB strip if you only want to use the W chips. The final feature on this remote is the scene storage button. So if you want to store a specific scene, say we want to find a specific red, and you want to recall it without having to use the color wheel, you can press and hold the scene button. It will flash once. Now that color is stored in scene 1. If I go somewhere else on the color wheel and want to recall that, just press S1 a second time and it returns. You can also combine white LED colors with your colors and store them as a scene 2. So let's store this green and white color scheme in scene 2. Press and hold it. It flashes to recall it. I press S1, it goes to the red LEDs. Press S2, it brings on the white chip and the green and the RGB. And that is all the features of the wireless multi-zone RGBW handheld remote.